Alright. So, it's been about 2 weeks since the infamous monkey incident happened over in Heidelberg, so I'm going to try to break this down as far as possible. So, where do we start from here? Alright, best place to start is the original source where it all went down. A truck hauling monkeys from Tulane University was overturned around the 117 mile marker of North Heidelberg. It has been reported several of the monkeys are on the loose. Do not attempt to approach the monkeys if you see one. That is a very important statement there. Do not approach animals that you have no idea where they have been. And he is correct. They do pose as a positive health threats, and are very aggressive. And then we follow up with a screenshot, or not a screenshot, photo of one of the escaped monkeys. Too bad they're not red butt monkeys. That'd be adorable. There are 3 monkeys still on the loose after the officials of Tulane were able to get inside the truck and get the correct count. Officials of the Tulane University this evening rather than tomorrow, as previously reported. We're doing our best to update the public, but we are still in the midst of gathering all the potential information. We continue to release the updates as we get information, but one of the escaped monkeys have been destroyed, eliminated, euthanated, death, permanently erased. Alright. We have been in contact with an animal disposal company to help handle this situation. The wildlife and fisheries is also on the site of our local law enforcement. We are continuing to look for one monkey that is still on the loose. Right. The monkeys are approximately 40 pounds and they are aggressive to humans and require PPE to handle. The monkeys carry hepatitis C, herpes, and COVID. Tulane University has identified and will send a team to pick the monkeys up tomorrow. Which, okay. No wonder this doesn't flow as well. Okay, they went in stealth edit. That's fine. You know what? That's fine. We'll go through some more atrocious stealth edits later, but and then we follow up by the end of that day. Tulane releases another statement. The University of Tulane now, not Sheriff's Office. Non-human primates at Tulane's National Biomedical Research Center are provided to other research organizations to advance scientific discovery. The primates in question belong to another entity and are not infectious. We're actively collaborating with local authorities and will send a team of animal. Pretty much what he said in the last statement that he went back in and stealth edit, but I'm not going to hold it against him. I'm not going to hold that against him. And that pretty much covers the whole Jasper County Sheriff's involvement on this one, on their reporting side of it. And then we get to go over to, which that's weird. I don't know why they didn't. No, they did issue that. That's right. And now we're going to go to everybody's favorite local journalist extraordinaire, who I have very little respect for, Scotty Ray.
Suspicion to drop at least one.
Let's take a look. We need to go back. I think I should have that video pulled. Yeah, this is it. Happened on Tuesday, and this should be the follow-up. So now we're going to watch this. Listen, I know where it starts and where it ends. You didn't watch the whole thing. You can thank me later.
1 degree.
That's tough. Yeah. We might have to get some jackets for them monkeys out there.
There was a mistake as we start looking at all of this, and this again, the top story of the day that has gone national. I've spoke to a whole bunch of people. Let me get over here and show you what the monkeys look like. There has been a miscount in the monkeys. Here's monkey 1. There is still 3 monkeys at large.
Yeah, him and 2 of his buddies have not been found yet. Getting mixed reports. One report, the original one on the scene, was these were test monkeys infected. And then you get a report of no, those monkeys they're okay, they're not infected. Let me tell you, always err on the side of caution.
Yes, sir.
Do not approach these monkeys. Do not go out to try and trap one of these monkeys. Call law enforcement and have them come out.
Because you really don't know what they've got, and they may not know what they've got.
They've been fed most likely their whole life by humans. So they may see somebody and think, hey, there's food and I'm hungry. But do not approach them. Don't try and feed them. Yes, the video showed that they're just sitting on the ground in the shade. Well, you would too if you just rolled in a wooden crate and it busted. And now you're probably seeing daylight for the first time. You're a little woozy, but they are aggressive.
Oh, yeah. If you heard me talking about that, I said, here it comes. And I stayed close to the Scotty Ray Mobile just to be on the safe side of that.
You would get...
Greg was not moving. He had the banana in his hand, and we were joking about that on the way down there. And it wasn't such a good idea after we got there. Be the only man with a banana and 21 monkeys. That would not have worked out too well. Let me show this, Odie, and
so originally it came out that he did have they had herpes, they had
yes, correct,
COVID, and they had
hepatitis.
So we don't know. Then that come up. No, they don't. I guess the biggest question I have is, when do you go to that part of Mississippi trying to go from New Orleans to Florida?
Well,
how did you and your monkeys
there's a lot that doesn't add up
this
here.
far north of where you supposed to
Because the driver said it was Tulane, and then Tulane goes, oh no, it's not our monkeys. But Tulane showed up last night to count the monkeys.
Yeah, Tulane says, go get them monkeys as quick as we can get a monkey team together.
And monkey team showed up quickly. There's just stuff that, and let's back up a minute. Let me show this picture again here. Let's zoom in on this here. Let me get down here. Do you see how thin those crates are? Why wouldn't you transport a monkey and something a little bit more sturdy in case there was an accident that we wouldn't have what we've got?
That's a cargo trailer that you can go get at just about any street corner around any town that sells trailers and buy. Now, if you look on top, did have an air conditioning, so the monkeys were at least cool, but that's just a plain old trailer, and I don't see any kind of warning signs on there that says, hey, monkeys inside.
Right, there's no monkey sign. I agree with you on that, none whatsoever. That
live animals inside. Chris, it's a good thing they weren't hauling lions and tigers. I'm with you on that.
Oh, but we would. Now, here's a picture of the whole thing there that was carrying there, and it's ripped apart. Am I not right? A week or so ago, we had a kangaroo loose in Jasper County. Did I not see it?
That was coming through Clark County. But the owner
thought it was Jasper.
Him and
spoke to every major network that there is, from AP to CNN to ABC to the Fox network, and then other people that I didn't. I've been interviewed by several people, and it's funny how some people will try to take what's right here in the middle, and they were trying to say, well, law enforcement didn't. No. Law enforcement took the right steps. Well, why did they decide to take their lives? Because it was a threat to people. It is better to
err on the side of caution.
Absolutely, because this could have had a disease, and then the police didn't take a step forward to try to do so. Well, why didn't y'all do something? They done the right thing. Now,
Well, they should have. That truck driver should have had an air gun and sedation and everything else on that truck, if that's the way they wanted to handle it. It was his failure for not having sedation equipment on that truck for immediate use.
Right.
And it came to where the public safety was number one, and they did the right thing.
Unpopular opinion here. I'm going to guarantee you that guy was not a licensed hauler. I guarantee you that guy was somebody off Craigslist that somebody probably hired for a third party to haul them monkeys, so he had no idea how to haul them. That's just my hot take.
Now, I wear bulletproof vests. We go into a lot of areas that are unsafe, but I didn't have a monkey vest. And while I was live, if you were watching that to my left, they were saying they're coming. So get in the truck, and that's why I went. Time to go.
And all you got to do is be faster than Greg.
And I wasn't kidding about the banana. We had the only banana within three counties sitting right there amongst us. And Greg said, "You left the window down." Pull that car.
Oh man!
They were traveling northbound, Anthony. Northbound, and that trailer went off in the
from New Orleans to Florida. They're traveling north. I just want y'all to remember that.
Now let me get over here and show y'all, because I've got another video. There he is. He was traveling north along here, and for whatever reason, we don't know if it was a blowout. This was right after they'd opened traffic back.
Drones. That's how I'm going to look for him.
But as I was saying, just standing there on the side of the road, if you're not really looking, you couldn't see those when you first get out, and they can blend in with this fall foliage very easily.
And
now,
this is the time you got to get out there while it's still cool, before these trees start soaking up some heat, where your thermal cameras will work real good. You can find them monkeys if you want to.
I happen to know from a good authority, and there's no way, because I looked on top of my truck and no monkey rode back to Meridian with me. Someone called the Meridian Police Department last night and thought they had a monkey in their yard. I don't see that monkey making it that far. It took me roughly an hour to get to the scene from here.
Did you bring one back?
Nope. Let me move up here and just show you. Let me refresh
it's
this.
on there, and there's a truck that wrecks, and the truck tears apart, and a bunch of monkeys come running out. Well, it was driven by a monkey.
That's right.
And they were all standing on the road. You could hear police sirens. Yeah.
But it is some kind of funny. But, and I put this up here just to show you just how big this was. This made Fox News, and there are so many that I missed. Here's, we shared where CNN covered this. I didn't even thought about that. Do y'all know what we're talking about with the front monkey? Have y'all seen that, to where if you really got to YouTube it, or anything.
Shrunk Monkey was an old insurance ad from way back when. You know what? Since we're already here, let's just go ahead and do it. Go way down, Jones. No one cares. I think it was an old commercial. What was that? Oh, it was some out of nowhere insurance group. I was close. I couldn't remember what exactly it was. All right. Let's go back to this step. I don't think they can cover it much more after this. So, well, I'll break.
It's you keep it in your trunk, a monkey, and if somebody breaks into your car, the monkey gets out and whoops them. It is to go sightseeing.
Yeah.
Yes, you could. Well, what's his name? When the little dog passed away, Roy D. Mercer. And his mother-in-law's dog. Howdy, Ray report.
It works out.
What?
You have to apologize. I'm hoarse.
We were wondering.
So, with that being said, is my mic back on? Yeah, it is. So, with that being said, what am I thinking of? Here's the Snopes article where they broke down like what had happened. Fact check: the escaped monkeys in Mississippi aren't infected. Tulane University says the driver of the crashed truck reportedly told local law enforcement the monkeys are dangerous and pose a threat to humans. He is technically correct. They do pose a threat to humans. Claimed monkeys carry COVID-19, herpes, hepatitis C, and escaped after our truck transport animals through the crowd. Jasper County are not infectious. And the optic claim, yeah, that claim went around like wildfire, and it pretty much got pulled down at this point, or not pulled down, but yeah. And we've already read a majority of this all over again. What was it? In an update, October 29th, which that would have been that day, university spokesman's October 28th, vehicle that was transporting 21 don't ask me, it's 10 o'clock at night. When an accident occurred on I-59 Mississippi, the non-human primates were not being transported by Tulane. So I guarantee you it was a hotshot job and not owned by Tulane and is not in Tulane's custody. The primates in questions are not carrying any diseases and had received recent checkups confirming that they are pathogen free. Remember this is going to be important later on. Given the above, the truck carried research animals did crash in Jackson County, Mississippi. That's a typo. That's Jasper County. Rewrite the claim that the animals carried any named diseases which are all infectious as false. How did you Jackson County and then you fix it here and you got it Jasper County here? I'm looking at this too hard. I'm sorry, everybody. The department later posted and archived on Facebook. The truck. Sources. Oh crap! I don't have that pulled up. I need to go pull that up. I don't want to do this. I'll just go here. TOK TV. If my computer will overload it, thank you, computer. And then we're going to go down. And it's going to be easier to find it this way, if I remember correctly. I remember seeing it. I had all my research in it together. I swear to God I did. There it is. So I'm gonna need this for the next day video.
Then you better run with hay, Scotty Ray's at a wreck for it ever take.
And welcome. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. And we do welcome you to the show. And we have to warn you, Jasper Countyans, you still have monkeys on the loose. There's 3 still roaming the woodline somewhere.
You know, I looked up, and so we got a response. Tulane made another statement.
Okay.
Said the non-human primates were not being transported by Tulane, not owned by Tulane, and not in Tulane's custody. The primates in question were not carrying diseases and had received recent checkups confirming that they were pathogen free. So you know an awful lot. If you're going to sit back and go, not my monkey, not my circus, you know an awful lot about the ringleader.
And what's even more interesting is Tulane came down to
Tulane's
count the
still
monkeys.
here.
Yeah, they're still here.
And why are they all suited
basically, what you
Okay, this is where things get conspiratorial with them, and I get a little irritated and it's a little ridiculous. But let's see, these are none of my references.
What are you dressed as, Scotty Ray?
myself.
Let's go get away from that. I gotta need to pause that. Okay, here it is. So, in the case of like, they're asking why were they coming through here and everything, and why did Tulane have them? This is what's never ever brought up. Had a typo there. But the requirements for animals to become test subjects in regarding regulated research. So, details: the species must be the lowest pathogen or found origin order, and that can answer the research questions. Health and genetic status. Certified free of pathogens. That's why they were in Tulane more than likely. Probably the third party didn't have the means of testing them to make sure they are pathogen free. So Tulane's like, hey, we'll do it for you. Get a hot shot job, and I'll say this: whoever owns the monkeys transported them very shadily. I will say that 100%. At the end of the day, the third party who was trying to get these monkeys should probably be investigated. But hey, it's America. You got the cash. You do what you want. And these are just some of the categories that they go through and to figure out if they're suitable to be test monkeys. Not to mention, they're relatively young whenever they go through this, 6 to 8 weeks, 20 to 22 grams, both sex. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Oh, this is mouse studies. My bad. Sorry. But yeah, that's just my whole working conspiracy of it. But we'll go back to it. We'll go back to that one.
Statement you just read to me says we weren't transporting them, and they didn't word it to where they were saying they're not in their custody. They didn't say it wasn't my monkey. But it's a play on words, it almost sounds like.
Cope. That is all cope. You're just mad because it doesn't meet your narrative.
It may not be their monkey.
That's what it is. Then they said, although they did not transport or own the non-human primates at the time of the incident.
So, keyword there.
At the time of the incident.
Who did they hire Robbie Jones or something? Robbie Jones probably wrote this.
There's an attorney wrote this one. We sent a team of animal care experts to assist in this tragic incident.
To wherever and it was.
I'm sorry, I'm skipping that, but we already read that in that SNP's confirmation saying that the animals were not diseased, they're diseased, but they didn't have HIV, herpes, AIDS, COVID, so on and so forth. Moving on.
Possibly, and we'll use the word allegedly, possibly, they were going to be tested to see if they could become test monkeys. And somebody goes, how do you test to become a test monkey? I don't know. But that's what I was originally told here.
That was the question part. And, of course, who do you expect to get involved with this as well?
Well,
PETA.
Oh, yeah, they've sent me, and I didn't answer. This could harm the public. Now, y'all think about this. Any of these three that are out there could still do something to an animal.
Very
A
much.
child could be playing in the backyard on a swimsuit and a monkey scratch it, hurt it, and that child die. That becomes a threat to.
Oh, I forgot to. Yeah. What was it that he said a minute ago?
Found out in other investigations, they were not going to Tulane. They were heading north in the direction he was going, either to Maine or Maryland. I've been told both names of to wherever they're, and it was possibly, and we'll use the word allegedly, possibly they were going to be tested to see if they could become test monkeys.
So let's see, and we can verify that statement through one of my tabs that I should have had. Oh, there it is. So if you go down here, WTOK, who probably copied and pasted this from another news station. Oh, they did. Look, right there. All right, new details have been released by the Mississippi Highway Patrol about the wrecked monkey transport from Tuesday. MHP confirmed with WDAM that the driver of the 25 Chevrolet Silverado hurling the monkey. Oh, he did hurl them. Hauling the monkeys at the time of the crash was a 45-year-old man from Cascade, Maryland. According to MPD, the man ran off the road into the median. The 35-year-old resident of Thorold, Maryland, was in the vehicle at the time of the crash. Neither was injured. 5 monkeys were killed after the crash and 3 escaped. 13 monkeys remained and were returned to their owners by taken to their destination. Originally, WDAM was told that the transport was heading to Florida. We later learned that it was possibly headed. Oh my God, the past tense is screwed with me. Heading to Maryland, which explains the I-59 route, which if you look at this is what happens when you plan out a video and then you oh, come on, just do it, please. So yeah, if you're going to follow the Google route, you go right through Heidelberg. Going through Maryland or to my computer's probably hitting me right now. So either way, you go through the same questioned area that everybody's been making, like, why are they going this way? So we can confirm that much to be true, because we got a confirmation proving that is the situation that had happened. So, and then I need to go, and the hazmat suit is in question. The hazmat suits. Let's see. We don't need this video. We need this video. I'm going to need it after this.
Monkeys, and somebody goes, how do you test to become a test monkey? I don't know, but that's what I was originally.
Reason why I pulled this little number up here. Which it gives you justification on why, and then genetic species, and then clean genetics test. Oh, these suckers are young. Oh, wow. That is wild. So, yeah. We got all that, and then we need... There it is. Aggressive monkey. Alright, there you go. Aggressive monkeys. Monkey leaving Tulane University Primate Research Center. We've already done this. We'll continue to go through here. Oh, thank you, DuckDuckGo. The one time you're useful. Where is it? It should... Wait a minute. Oh, this one may be worth reading. So, the Sheriff's Department did not say how the monkeys escaped or how many were destroyed. Give or take, they did say they destroyed one. Weighed about 40 pounds and aggressive to humans, Jasper County, southeast portion of the state. About the city of Laurel, about 2.5 hours from New Orleans. Tulane spokesman, no, we've already read that. Truck driver had files officers that are dangerous, we already know this. Why? Local authorities, non-human primates, the Tulane National Biomechanical Researches and provide. Primates in questions belong to another entity and not infectious. We're actively collaborating with local authorities. The same statement that we read in the Forbes. The remains of the truck were still present today. Drove past the scene, heading from the coast to Starkville. They got some eyewitnesses. That's what that is. Authorities stood guard over the scene at around 6:30 p.m., but the wreck was not caused any traffic snares or delays. PETA. No, thank you, PETA. The people of ethical treatment of animals issued a statement calling the experiments on primates and their transporters along U.S. highways dangerous to the public. Yeah, and y'all kidnapping dogs and euthanizing them, then sending the family flowers isn't dangerous at all either. Terrified monkeys running for their lives into unprotected populated areas is exactly the spark that could ignite the next pandemic. That's not the New Orleans article I was looking for. Oh, there's one. It has them in the it shows. Maybe Fox News may accidentally have it. I doubt it. I know for a fact. Let's see. Go away. I'm not paying for a subscription. There it is. There it is. I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew this existed somewhere. So these are the hazmat suits that you can go back here. I know.
Tulane. And
Slow.
To where they were saying they're not in their custody. They didn't say it wasn't my monkey.
Jasper County Sheriff. So,
And I'll say this. I'm happy Tulane came up here and, you know, took a little responsibility for it. They really didn't have to. In my opinion. Because, yeah, it's on the guy who was transporting them. But, you know, hey, what do I know?
so they're saying that once the truck wrecked,
They didn't own that.
they didn't claim the monkey.
All right,
Or monkeys.
Here's what I found out in other investigations. They were
Testable, tested, or not.
whatever they are.
Can't-
Treat it such as this. Now, one of the questions that I got asked yesterday, I've interviewed with a lot of people across. That's what you do to protect our people. People, correct? He told law enforcement, but that was one of the rumors that were floating. Yet, news called me from the main office out of. If Greg will go out with a back and then hook me up with this nice young lady that they.
Sir, you know a redneck we could interview?
And they interviewed me. And I came in the studio. They did it here in the studio. And I came with a banana. And, you know, they didn't show the banana at all.
Here, I want to show you that same MSNBC article he's talking about. Or that MSNBC. I don't want to lose this tab, but it's okay. It's for the greater good. MSNBC MONKEY Mississippi.
Three monkeys still on the loose after escaping from an overturned truck on a Mississippi highway yesterday. It is not clear how many monkeys were originally in the truck, but authorities say.
Finally, local law enforcement said, you got to get out of here. We need to take action. But this whole experience.
I'm pretty sure this is what he was talking about right about here.
What's going on? It's your fault. It's your fault. Well, somebody ain't getting their stuff come Saturday.
Exactly. Yeah.
Have you decided about getting a monkey? I'm starting to hear rumors. What caused the wreck? I was told possibly could have dozed off. And again, I can't prove that. That's being alleged.
That speculation died whenever MPD released their report that Saturday.
That could have led to it. It could have been, you know, we've seen so many steer tires blow out and wreck, but that was one of the rumors that were floating yesterday. And again, I will say that's just a rumor at this point. I can't say that's just being said. Yeah, I came prepared yesterday. CBS News called me from the.
Oh, CBS? Either or. Oh, it is CBS. I did pull the right source. All right, we're good. So I'm going to let that play out, and I'm going to show you what he said they did.
The main office out of New York, and then hooked me up with this nice young lady that they.
Sir, you know a redneck we could interview?
And they interviewed me. And I came in the studio. They did it here in the studio. And I came with a banana. And, you know, they didn't show the banana at all. And I kept holding up the banana during the interview. Look, we're ready for this in Mississippi. And they didn't seem to find the humor in that as me and you would.
Well, they just.
And we're going to see why the banana never made it. If you saw the way they filmed it, it would have never made it in.
Because I had no idea that these at that point in time were considered dangerous. And it was monkeys everywhere. Well, I don't think anybody was equipped for this. It was just one of these things. I can't believe this was going. And here in Mississippi, it's the funniest thing that I've ever seen. I put myself in.
I know he's like real shocked by this, but there's a monkey that used to be at Brick House every Tuesday, Thursday night. Yeah. The monkey's no longer with us. He may have had a certain attraction to nicotine and alcohol. Hey, man, all I need is cigarettes and alcohol, too.
In the place of the law enforcement there. They're being told, presumably by the driver of the truck, that they could be dangerous. And the last thing you want to do is let something loose that's going to harm somebody, a child in the area.
And he also said that
That was an awful hard
see
cut.
the monkeys get put down. He understands and commends law enforcement for having to take that action with the limited information.
She looks like she's one to deal with. Alright, moving on. Continue this monkey business.
They don't know as much about baited fields as we do.
That's how you catch them. We're seeing if Greg will go out with a backpack full of bananas and just kind of walk through the woods.
Well, he sure ain't gonna run.
And I don't know if you saw this, and he really got to the point. Fox of the 5 on Fox, they were showing the video of it yesterday. Did you see it, Amanda? Gutfield was talking about it, and he showed the video there where I was filming, and the other guy goes, you know it's October and hunting season's opening up in a few days.
Hey, that's a self
problem. Cured it
It's a self-solving problem.
in Mississippi.
Throw some bananas out, they'll come to it.
Yes, sir.
And here's the thing that we're talking about, the bananas, and it is kind of funny. But what are we on now? To day 2.5 that these monkeys,
Something like that.
We're at 3 monkeys are unaccounted for. I'm sure they're getting hungry.
Oh, yeah.
These have been fed probably by humans their entire life.
They're going to go to a house.
We don't know what their living situation is. We don't know if they just threw food into them or if there was any human contact. But they're getting hungry. They're going to go find
Who's got
food.
Is there a truck stop at Vossburg at that exit?
You know, I don't know.
I remember seeing the exit. I just didn't get off Vossburg.
Yeah.
Y'all tell I was originally told here.
That
Now,
was the question part. And of course, who do you expect to get involved with this as well? So they're saying that once they said, although they did not transport or own the non-human property to Jasper County Sheriff. So they're saying that once the truck wrecked,
they didn't own that.
they didn't claim the monkey.
All right,
Or monkeys.
Here's what I found out in other investigations. They were not. And somebody brought up, and it is funny, supposedly, allegedly, let's use that word more. Don't you love using that?
Allegedly. At least you're getting good at it.
Hey, I can say it now. A red F-150 seen running from the scene, possibly, don't know this for sure, this part, but maybe a female was involved in this some way.
I think we moved on, and that pretty much covers that coverage of that. And then go over here at WMOX, reported alleged sighting of the monkey. This was November 1st, this is 9 days ago. I don't know that monkey in Clark County ever existed or they ever caught him. I can't remember now. It's been so long. Covers the same stuff. And then we might just, I don't know, I think he was talking about like the whole hazmat suit situation. I can't remember what the comment was. I may go back and rewatch it and see it, but this is the hazmat suits that they were talking about, and I'm kind of like, I get it. You're recovering dead monkeys and potential monkeys, so I 100% get the reason for the hazmat suits. Which it's been a very interesting. Not really. It's been very interesting seeing how this played out and all the nonsense that came with it. The amount of meme photos that came out from all this is just ridiculous. My whole time feed is nothing but monkeys right now, and it drives me wild. Yeah, I was going to do Friday show, but they really just didn't touch on anything on Friday show, which there are laws in the state of Mississippi for handling monkeys, which I think I did go through here and I did ask it specifically what it was. So I did go ask Rock. I'll go ahead and be completely. I'm useless. I decided to be a complete sack of crap. Just ask Rock. Mississippi regulates transportation of animals primarily to prevent the spread of disease, to ensure the welfare and protection of the public safety. The rules are enforced by the Mississippi Board of Animal Health for livestock and imports, the Mississippi Department of Wildlife and Fishery and Parks. These are all the enforcement norms that they do. Interstate transport into Mississippi often requires a certified veterinarian inspection from a accredited veterinarian and proof of vaccines and sometimes prior permits. So I wonder. And then interstate transport within the state. Forces on non-human. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. On humane treatments of sanitary conditions and restriction on certain species like live hogs. Human transport on the Mississippi, under the Mississippi Dog and Cats Pet Protection Law, Mississippi annotated. Spelled out annotated. I'm sorry, my work's starting to catch up with me. It is a misdemeanor to transport or to confine any animal in a cruel manner in which is without a adequate space and ventilation to result in endangering the animals or others. So I'm kind of curious if they had. What I'd be curious about if they had that. And that's the reason they were coming from Tulane. Like I said, the whole situation just seems a little weird. Or not weird, but at the end of the day, I think it was a big old comedic act, or big old story that we all sat there and went, oh, this all happened. And now we had loose monkeys. I think they killed the last monkey or they detained it recently. So, here, and this is where I think, yeah, the primates come in. The importation, sales, and transfer of possession requires a Mississippi Department of Wildlife Fishery Protection permit. Mississippi Code annotated section 49.8. Acquiesce 49.87. Exemptions from zoos, circuses, and sanctuaries if approved. No transport without permit violates the Class 1 offense and up to a fine of $1,000 per day / animal. Immediately notified required for escape. That's what ours would probably qualify under. And then I asked it to follow up with So these are the potential laws and violations with the Mississippi Code section that gives out the descriptive laws and everything that is required. So that makes me do wonder if they didn't have a permit from the local authorities, does that mean they were going to a USDA third party? The USDA licensed research facility, because nobody ever said they got charged with either improper transport or anything like that. So my question at the end of the day, who's the third party that was ordering these monkeys in? Where were they going in? We already know where they're going, but my question is, who's the third party at this point? In my opinion, the third party should have been the one taking all the liability anyway. Because if they just send them to Tulane to go get them tested out, that's just one of those extra costs that they're going to incur into it whenever they brought the monkeys into the state. I'm gonna get rid of that tab. I'm gonna get rid of that tab now. I'm gonna get rid of that tab. I'm gonna get rid of that tab. My CPU, or not my CPU, but my RAM must be loving me right about now. It's like, thank God you're finally done. Let's do a follow up. So, update on the escaped monkeys in Jasper County, Mississippi. As of November 10th, today, the incident involving the 21 monkeys escaped from the truck crashed on Interstate I-59 near Heidelberg has been fully resolved. The truck and transport of the pathogen-free research primates of from Tulane University National Primate Research Center in Louisiana to a Florida facility on October 28th. Tulane University National Primate Research in Louisiana to Florida facility overturned October. The initial report of the disease Mississippi Department of Transport. Tulane teams conducted a response using traps, bait, and tranquilizer. Public safety advisors urged due to the aggressive nature. The truck crash of 6 monkeys escaped initially, five recaptured, and deputies euthanized all. Before error stagers information. A second shot and kill by a homeowner. Oh, I heard names out there. Never mind. It's okay. The second escape monkey recovered deceased. The Holy Father took out a monkey. The final monkey spotted by a resident tranquilized and captured. Well, that's nice to know. At least one monkey didn't have to succumb to his fate of being a potential test subject. Let's see. The six escaped. 5 were euthanized. It even gives the death breakout. 3 deputies. 2 civilians shot. 1 captured. Investigation is probing the crash cause. Possible driver error. And yeah, that's what I was feeling. They're going to possibly roll it out as driver error. Yeah, for all this monkey business, it caused a lot of... It gave everybody a very good laugh. I guess everybody's got something to hide except for me and my monkey. Alright. Sorry for this going long, and if you like it, go ahead. If you got any pointers, feel free to share. Thanks. Bye.